Next up on WTV, an English 1 novel, this week's edition of Real Talk, and today's Sports Minute. WTV's Daily Update starts now. Good morning, Red Hawk Nation. Today is Friday, February 21st, and I'm Staton with today's Daily Update, brought to you by Wingspan TV. Freshmen in 9th grade are reading the book To Kill a Mockingbird in English, a book that illustrates themes nearly 60 years after it was first published. WTV's Nathan Chen has the story.
To Kill a Mockingbird is a book that portrays the inequality between races and struggles that happened in the past.
To Kill a Mockingbird is a coming-of-age novel, and while it is told from the perspective of a child, it's still full of a lot of deep concepts. Concepts such as the inherent good and evil nature of people. It covers topics such as racism, social inequality, bravery, perspective, all kinds of things.
Not only is To Kill a Mockingbird a frequently read book on high school campuses, it's also the 25th most influential book in the US, according to The Guardian.
It's a critical piece of literature. It's full of lessons that all of our students can benefit from. You can even make a clear connection between the events that were happening in the 1930s, even still to some of the issues that people are facing even today. So I think that's why Frisco decided to read it, and why many schools across the nation continue to read it, just because it's so rich in concepts and issues.
The book is almost 60 years old, and the book has won numerous awards, such as the Pulitzer Prize, according to killamockingbird.com. Now, 6 decades later, it's still providing a unique perspective to students.
To Kill a Mockingbird has really helped me to see slavery from a different perspective, and it's impacted me, and I just never really thought about it from that perspective, especially like from the perspective of a young girl. So yeah, it was really cool and interesting to learn about that. I guess some life lessons that I've learned is just like, don't judge somebody by what they look like or anything like that, because you never really know what they're really going through.
Reporting for WTV, I'm Nathan Chen.
The cafeteria is set to become a coffee house today after school as choir takes the stage for a special show. WTV's Vihan Gupta has the story.
Several of the school's choirs, along with more than 10 individuals, will be performing at the choir's annual coffee house concert at 7 o'clock in the cafeteria. For students performing, it is a different experience than what they're used to.
It is called coffee house, so it gives kind of a more organic feel. And for me personally, I usually sing in a choir, whereas with coffee house, I'm performing as a solo artist, so I'm not having to listen to other people sing around me. So it's overall better, I feel like.
Featuring coffee and snacks for fans, the concert is set up to be a more casual experience.
I think that it's a totally different experience doing it with much of a more laid-back feel, because it makes it feel more like it's an actual like solo performance that you're by yourself, and it's more like personal to like you and the audience whenever you're singing by yourself, rather than when you're singing with like an entire like ensemble or choir of people. It's just a difference when you sing by yourself, because like you're telling a story to the audience, so it's just so different than when you're doing it with a bunch of other people at the same time.
Admission is $5 and can be purchased at the door. Reporting for WTV, I'm Vihan Gupta.
On this week's edition of Real Talk, WTV's Sydney Andros hits the halls to ask students about movies.
This is WTV's Sydney Andros with this week's edition of Real Talk, and today we're going to hit the halls and ask students about movies. What is your favorite movie?
The Dark Knight.
My favorite movie is Princess and the Frog.
My favorite movie is everyone's favorite movie, definitely Step Brothers.
What is your favorite movie character?
Jordan Belfort from Wolf of Wall Street. Dale Doback, because he's very funny and he just reminds me of myself.
Oh, I like Nala from The Lion King, but the new version.
Who is your favorite actor?
I don't know if I have a favorite actor, but I mean, Will Ferrell's funny, Adam Sandler's funny, and like all the Avengers are gas, so it's definitely all I have to say. Scarlett Johansson.
I like Michael B. Jordan, but I honestly just like looking at him.
Do you prefer Marvel or DC characters?
Marvel, but Batman is the best. Marvel. Like what? It's not even a question.
Definitely Marvel. I feel like DC has no originality.
With this week's edition of Real Talk, this has been WTV Sydney Andros.
Busy day for Red Hawk athletes. WTV's Walker Shippey gives you a look on today's Sports Minute.
Softball competes in the Carrollton Farmers Branch ISD Tournament of Champions today and Saturday. The girls play Innes High School at 10 a.m. and Grand Prairie at noon. Both games are happening at Nimitz High School in Irving. Wrestling is competing in the state tournament today and tomorrow. In regionals, the girls team placed second, moving all 6 girls on to state. The results were similar on the boys' side, with the team taking 4th place, moving 5 wrestlers on to state. The meets taking place at the Berry Center of Northwest Houston in Cypress, Texas. Starting times vary based on region and weight class. Tennis also plays today versus Mansfield. The match starts at Mansfield High School at 8 a.m. Boys and girls soccer are playing tonight versus REEDY. The girls are coming off a 2-1 win against Wakeland on Tuesday. The boys lost to Wakeland on Tuesday 6-3. The girls game starts at 7 o'clock at Liberty. The boys game starts at 7:15 at REEDY. And now with a look at girls basketball, WTV's Giselle Marina.
After dispatching Lovejoy 53-33 Tuesday night in the first round of playoffs, the Redhawks take on South Oak Cliff tonight in Carrollton.
The biggest competition for playoffs is actually ourselves. We just gotta fight the fatigue because we're playing a lot of games. We're hopefully trying to play 7 games. So we just gotta fight the fatigue and play through all of our pain and weakness and everything and just win these games.
For head coach Ross Reedy, advancing in the playoffs isn't necessarily a matter of talent.
The biggest things is we just want to play hard. And playing hard and we play together, we're trying to get better, that's going to increase our level. We can't, we're still trying to figure ourselves out a little bit, and so making sure that the culture things that we've worked so hard to establish over the course of the last decade, and specifically with this group over the first few months, we just want to see that represented on the court. We play hard, this group plays hard and continues to learn and be problem solvers. We'll end up getting a lot out of each other.
I'm Giselle Moreno reporting for WTV.
If you are looking for more from Wingspan, you can follow us at Liberty Wingspan on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, or visit our award-winning website, libertywingspan.com. And now for today's announcements. NHS applications are now available at bit.ly/LHS-NHS app cover sheet 2020, or stop by room C225 or room 216 to pick one up. The deadline is February 28th at 4:30 p.m. February is National CTE Month. Courses in the CTE department provide students with courses that promote creativity, collaboration, and communication. Coursework is relevant and engaging with focus on 21st century skills. That's it for today's daily update. This is Louis Staton for Wingspan TV.